Welcome to the channel. My name is Coach and I am your go-to source for everything relating to NXT. And tonight was the first ever episode of NXT on the CW, a very big night, and we celebrated it with some brand new championships, some brand new champions, and a lot of special appearances, including the tease of a future debuting superstar. So let's look at what happened in this full recap of NXT on the CW. The show opened in a very nice way with Shawn Michaels coming to the ring. Triple H was also there, and they introduced us to the new NXT and NXT Women's Championships. Now, I'm not really feeling them. I think they're not as good looking as the former championships, because the former championships, they had a lot of personality to them, they had a lot of character. These ones feel very simplistic in a way. I'm not a big fan of them, but they're not bad looking, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna grow on me eventually. It's just gonna take some time getting used to, since we've had these championships for a very long time. And then we opened the show in probably the perfect way. Giulia versus Roxanne Perez, and the two put on an absolute banger of a match. This was really good. Both women went out there and performed their asses off. And at the end, Roxanne Perez retained after Cora Jade returned and attacked Giulia outside of the ring. Now, there's a lot of controversy around this match. A lot of people are upset that Giulia won, but hear me out, okay? The WWE's primary audience is the casuals, the people that tune in every now and again, and most of them, they don't watch Stardom, Marigold, or even AEW. A lot of WWE fans only know what's happening in the WWE bubble, and a lot of them know Roxanne Perez more than they know Giulia. Now, I'm not saying Giulia doesn't deserve it, she absolutely does, but this builds her up as a bigger babyface to any new audiences who don't know her, while making Roxanne Perez an even bigger heel. And you have Cora Jade returning, and we don't know what her alliance is yet. We don't know what she's gonna do. So there's a lot of intrigue in this for any person that's new watching, and including us. So I think people are overreacting because they don't like Cora Jade, and they're more obsessed with Giulia's work rate. And just remember, Giulia still has a long way to go. She still needs to adapt to the WWE style. She still needs to get a lot better on the mic here in NXT, and she's gonna be here a while, so she'll have her chance. It's all about being patient and just letting it ride out. Plus, the Cora Jade and Roxanne Perez story, it's gonna be very interesting to see, and we're gonna get Stephanie Vaquer involved, so just let it play out. It's gonna be fine, and Giulia is not buried. Tonight's show was very action heavy as we followed up with another match, a grudge match between Wesley and Zachary Wentz. No disqualification, Chicago street fight, and this was very good. I feel like oftentimes we get desensitized with hardcore matches simply because AEW does them like every other week. But this was very good. It did some interesting stuff. We didn't have tables, we just had these wooden boards, which I think was a nice touch. Instead of tables, we did something else interesting. And there was a few botches, like this one fall from Zachary Wentz. It looked really bad, and I'm happy he didn't get hurt. But overall, this was a very good match, but it felt a bit predictable. We all knew Wesley was gonna win, because at the end of the day, he's the NXT superstar. You're gonna build up a few heels for Trick Williams to go ahead and face. But this is the time to mention that we all should be very happy for this opportunity that Zachary Wentz had, because he's been made into a real competitor after this. Not saying he wasn't good before, but this spotlight he got on him with this Wesley feud and Rascals coming to NXT, it's really made him, and it's really shown that he has this main event potential, and he's gonna do a lot bigger things in TNA now than he was ever going to do before, and you can thank NXT for this. And for Wesley, he's probably going to have a main event feud with Trick Williams. Very happy for him. He's probably gearing up to go to the main roster probably next year after WrestleMania. I don't see him staying in NXT much longer. I think his run is slowly coming to an end here. He still has some heel stuff to work out, definitely, but I think that's going to come with time, and we just should enjoy Wesley before he's gone from NXT. Then we had a Miz TV segment with Obafemi and Tony D'Angelo. It's nothing we haven't seen before. We just rehashed all the stuff, just getting us hyped for their match next week, which is probably going to be the main event. I expect Tony D'Angelo to defeat Obafemi. Unfortunately, my heart will break, but still, it's going to be a very good match. This just wasn't anything too special, just it was your go home show type of feeling. But it was cool seeing The Miz here, him being a heel again. Just, it's so perfect. The Miz should always be a heel. I don't want to see The Miz as a face ever again. He is made to be a heel. Tony D'Angelo is still not sure of himself, but he's gonna overcome everything. He's gonna have this Rocky story, and he's gonna dethrone Obafemi, who will probably also go ahead and face Trick Williams in a main event level feud eventually. Probably not immediately. We're probably gonna see Wesley first, then Obafemi. But it's all leading up to that, right? We're building up all the heels so they can eventually face Trick Williams so that he doesn't have a necessarily boring reign like his first reign was. So it's definitely exciting. But now that I mention it, the NXT main event scene is full of these black wrestlers, and that's a compliment, right? It's how far we've come in society. Like, NXT's main event scene is full of black men, and its women's division is outshining every other division in the world right now. So that just shows how progressive NXT is without pushing it down your throat, and it's really impressive and really goes to show how far we've come, not only in wrestling but in society in general. It's very nice to see. Once again, we followed this up with a match. Lola Vice and Jada Parker, can they get along? No, they cannot. Fatal Influence, Fallon Henley and JC Jane, they end up defeating him because during the match, Lola Vice kept trying to interfere. Not necessarily interfere, she got into Jada Parker's business, and Jada Parker just left. She just straight up left the match, leaving Lola Vice alone, and Fatal Influence picks up the victory. This is good. Fatal Influence needs this momentum because they had so much hype coming in, becoming a faction, and it just died down. So if you can build them up, it's gonna be good. And I already see where the story's going. Fallon Henley and JC Jane will eventually find a third member, a third veteran to join them, and they're gonna sort of isolate Jasmine Inks. She's gonna turn face and have this run going through it all. I can already see this is where the story's leading. At least this is where it should lead. But okay, that's a tangent. After the match, Fatal Influence, they call out Kelani Jordan, who was on commentary. They're telling her, stop ducking us. We want to fight you right now. Kelani gets into the ring. She's like, okay, but this was my plan B. I knew this was gonna happen. I called some backup. And Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair come out. We all knew this was gonna happen, but I didn't expect it to happen here. They all lay out Fatal Influence, and it's announced next week Kelani Jordan, Bianca Belair, and Jade Cargill will fight Fatal Influence. This is going to be absolutely domination of Fatal Influence. They're gonna get squashed and brutally beaten. It's one of those rare occasions where I just want to see a group just get demolished, not even get any offense, and just absolutely destroyed. So hopefully this is where it's going. But now we're done with this all. Let's head to the main event. Ethan Page versus Trick Williams with a special guest referee, CM Punk. And this is where I fell out of the show, because this match should have been about Trick Williams and Ethan Page. Can Trick Williams not let his mind get the better of him? Can he stay focused and defeat Ethan Page? But the match was about CM Punk. This match was primarily about CM Punk. And I'm sure if I was a bigger CM Punk fan, which I'm not, this match would have been good. I would have enjoyed it. But no, I wanted to see Trick Williams overcome the odds and defeat Ethan Page, get that second reign. But no, it was about CM Punk. It didn't sit right with me. CM Punk was constantly in the spotlight. He was constantly getting into the match, interfering. It was more about him than it was the competitors, and I did not like that. That was not what this should have been about. Now, Trick Williams wins the championship. CM Punk kind of got involved, not on purpose. And then Trick Williams won, raises the belt, and CM Punk just GTS's Ethan Page. That was funny, but I didn't enjoy this. This match it wasn't bad, but in my opinion, it was bad because it didn't do anything for me. Now we're probably going to get Trick Williams and Ethan Page number 3. I don't mind that too much, just don't repeat what happened here. And now we've come to the end of the video, and I need to give the show a ranking, as I do on the end of all of my videos. And tonight's episode was a 8 out of 10. It would have been a 10 out of 10, but that main event, man, it was bad. It was horrible. Wasn't for me, man. But I am excited for what's gonna happen next week. There's a lot of intrigue built tonight. We're gonna see Cora Jade next week. What's happening with her and Roxanne Perez? Trick Williams is gonna celebrate his championship victory, and we're gonna get 2 title matches and Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair. So there's a lot to be excited about for next week. But now I hope you enjoyed the video. I recap NXT and TNA weekly. So if you're into that, please leave a like and subscribe. I would very much appreciate it. We're on the road to 100 subscribers. Hopefully we can reach it before the end of the month. So I would very much appreciate it. I engage with everybody in the comments. So leave a comment, leave a like. I hope to see you again soon. Love from all around the world, and goodbye.